What's up, guys? This is Kalo, and normally I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming, but we're back for another episode of The Cutting Board. I tried to make it through the intro without laughing, but it failed. I'm joined, as always, by Aiden. Why don't you say what's up?
Omni movement.
Oh, see? Very topical, because before we get into all that, though, why don't you
In case it wasn't clear, I was on a chair.
Oh, see, it makes it smooth. It makes it smooth. But before we get into today's topic, we want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys that like and subscribe here to Game Sandwich. And if you're new here, why don't you do the same thing? Like, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff, because we greatly appreciate it. Now, let's slide into today's topic. You see, this can generate a lot of good transitions. We're here today to talk about a little problem within the Call of Duty realm that is Omni movement, and there's a lot of problems with it. I'm not going to say it's a problem. I enjoy Omni movement.
Is it really Omni movement that they're complaining about? It's more like, hey, we're mad that we can't snake.
Yeah. Well, for context here, apparently there's been a shift in the movement mechanics within Call of Duty since 2019. This is dating back to Modern Warfare, where in that game, it was very fast. I'll put that lightly. And recently, Treyarch's Matt Scroncy did confirm, in a way, movement mechanics since Modern Warfare 2019. Faster is not always healthier, at least as per his words. Now, I want to get your take on this because you did write an article about this. In your experience playing Call of Duty, is Black Ops 6's movement with Omni movement, is that more refined, or is there room for improvement here?
You're more of the Call of Duty person than I am.
That's fair.
I will be honest, I have not played Call of Duty for a very long time. But so from my perspective, not playing Call of Duty for a long time, Black Ops 6 feels great to me. I love the Omni movement personally. Mm-hmm. It harkens me back to Advanced Warfare.
Yep.
Which is, like, personally one of my favorite onlines.
Is that when they're running on the walls?
Yes, that's when they started the wall running, and they started the double jumping and shit that they, ruined in Black Ops 3. But in Advanced Warfare, you had so much speed, and you could go so fast, and I absolutely loved it. And there were... For some reason, that's the only Call of Duty where I had a positive KD, and I had a very positive KD where I could hit like 20-1 in a game and it'd be nothing.
Wow. All right.
But I haven't been able to do that since in a Call of Duty, so... But
I don't think I ever did it, so hats off to you.
I played a little bit of Warzone. I mean, Warzone I thought was decent. I played 2019's Modern Warfare slightly, and yes, I can tell the difference that the movement was really fast in that one. And specifically, there's a YouTuber, just for this, I'm not bashing on anybody, just for the sake of pointing out who said it. It was T Captain X posted on X, which is a weird thing to say. Elon Musk, please change that.
Yeah. I'm calling it Twitter.
He specifically in his post said, I didn't realize how slow and clunky some of the basic movements are compared to MW19. Said, I love Omni movement, but what's the point if the core movement mechanics are super slow and cause absurd weapon sway? Call of Duty is not a mill sim. Every attempt to become more, realistic has basically resulted in it becoming a worse game, he said. And it's followed with a video that someone posted of showing the comparison between Modern Warfare and Black Ops 6, where in comparison, if you look at my hand, it's like Modern Warfare is like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down real fast, and then Black Ops 6 is like, okay, decent difference there. And personally, I don't see anything bad, but I am not hyper competitive with it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. People are complaining about slide canceling, snaking, jump shots, the whole nine. And having, like, I've been heavily invested in Black Ops 6, and this is honestly the most I've played a Call of Duty in a very long time. I I think when Black Ops 6's movement is at its best is whenever I'm locked in and I'm literally a walking tank where I'm just killing everybody in sight. The only problem there, and cue the funny like TikToks of people jumping out of windows and like facing down, crouching and shooting you in slow motion. It's those things where bodies are flying everywhere, where there's different like I wouldn't even say people are exploiting this. It's just people get the movement style. And you're comparing, like, let's just say Call of Duty now, Black Ops 6, to and you brought this up, a military sim in, let's just say, Battlefield, I think is more of a military sim than anything. It's. Is it like the thing where you know what you're getting into whenever Call of Duty comes out versus this is the new Battlefield? Like, this is what to expect from this experience? I don't think that's the case. It's so weird comparing apples to oranges here with military sims and then what Call of Duty is, because I don't think it's that.
I don't know. I kind of agree and disagree with you at the
It's
same
so
time.
it's so tough to navigate
It
that.
really is. In all fairness, Call of Duty is kind of a military simulator. Like,
Kind of.
really, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at the originals, they were like, okay, you are playing in World War II, you are going to, or World War One, or whatever,
Yeah.
and it's going to be realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you look at like it didn't get to be more fantastic until you hit like Advanced Warfare. And then you hit Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3 and like those started going into the future and everything. And that's where it started becoming more like fantastical and being not realistic in the slightest. And then you brought it back to Modern Warfare, which is supposed to be realistic.
So this begs the question, did that change you're talking about when it got more fantastical? Do you think this has to do with esports? And I don't mean to call the esports community out here, but notice Advanced Warfare started getting more fast-paced. Esports really started catching on around that time, and I'm talking about being mainstream. And it's like, that's what people want to watch. They want to watch the fast-paced, snappy, trick shot, boom, 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 versus like, oh, like, this is more of what you should expect from actual war. It's like, who wants to watch that? I watch TV to watch, like, the elevated stuff. I'm a wrestling fan. I watch the sports entertainment.
You want to see the flippy doos and the whoosy what's its.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself. And that applies with esports. I'm not looking at clips of somebody going 30-1 camping the whole time. I'm looking at the over the top, like jumping through windows, sliding, doing the whole nine. That's what piques my interest more, and that's what captures my little brain more than anything.
You know, I agree with you on that because, like, I liked Call of Duty more personally when it strayed away from the realism and it went into Advanced Warfare, where you were running around with exosuits, you were sliding and then jumping off walls. I liked that. I didn't like it in Black Ops 3 just because, like, it felt more like a hero shooter. And I didn't like that they kind of ventured into the hero shooter thing with everybody having, like, an ultimate and stuff. Not really a big fan of that one, but like with them going into the route of like Warzone, for instance, I liked that when they added zombies to it and stuff. It was fun. Like, it was a lot of fun there. And so like I agree with you too. And a lot of people for esports specifically want to see that fast pace, like shooter style. They want to see people like getting sweaty and being like, "Oh my god,
Yep.
let's mow down 4 different people in a row before, like, you know, doing some crazy maneuver, sliding back around, and then doing it again." But so like I think that there is a point to be made that, you know, maybe Treyarch, maybe Activision should just like ease off the reins a little bit and just be like, okay, here you can have your movement that you like, because there are a lot of people complaining about it.
It's so It's funny whenever I look at a game and I think peak first person shooter movement was done within Titanfall 2. I love that game. I love the movement style. It blends that advanced warfare, wall running, and it was smooth as butter. But
Oh,
then
dude, it was.
and then I look at a game that I play religiously in Star Wars Battlefront 2, and that game is very stiff. It's not as smooth. Clone troopers can't jump over, to my knowledge, and we have a special guest here for the first time.
Yes, my cat.
First time
Hello.
ever. I would have my dog in here, but he'd be pure chaos. So, Star Wars Battlefront 2 to me is a game where it's very tanky, it's very stiff. Clone troopers can't jump over objects to at least, you know, some degree. And I don't know, like whenever you play as a Jedi, they're not moving too fast, or they're not like they're on a line. Whenever you slash your lightsaber, you're on a line. You're not moving, you're not flowing like a Black Ops 6 Omni movement style type thing. So I look at Titanfall 2 to get back to that game. Peak movement, peak flow, and Apex Legends does capture that. But then again, there's that esports comparison where it's like Apex Legends is a very popular esports game, and it's like that's at the end of the day, people want over the top, fun, fast paced movement. That's what they want.
Yeah, I mean, people do want that, and honestly, I think Omni movement kind of innately like just invites people to enjoy more of a fast-paced movement style. Because when you look at Omni movement itself, it took me a moment to get used to it,
Yes.
but it is so fast-paced, and I love it. Like, I love being able to just like sprint in any direction, slide, dive backwards.
Yep.
Love that stuff. And so, really, that invites more of the people who like a faster paced game. And really, that's why I'm saying, like, I think that Treyarch and Activision should just leave well enough alone and just give people what they want, give them the faster movement. I do agree with what Matt Sconce says, though, because Matt, he specifically pointed out in a post, let's see, what was the exact thing? He said, you end up with a mismatch between first and third person POV leading to snaking, quote unquote, which has a massive problem in the past. And he said faster is not always healthier, like you said. And basically, the whole mismatch between first and third person POV, like going up and down real fast, basically it leads to you not being able to be seen because it doesn't recognize that you're going up. And so that in itself, when it comes to esports, is a bad thing because you're trying to be more fair.
Yeah.
But also, okay, so let's say you decide to get rid of that, which they already did ban it in esports. They already did ban it in the competitions. So what is the issue then now? Like what's the issue at this point? Just let people just like make the movement speed a little bit quicker, and then there you go, just ban thinking in competitions and you're good.
And I also look, and this is a game I play now, admittedly, I play it a lot now, Fortnite, where they've adapted their movement style. Yeah, I know, shame on me. That's my one gaming red flag. I love me some Fortnite every now and then.
Shame.
I grind that game and then I'm sick of it for like 10 to 12 months. We're on that cycle. But they adapted their movement style where that game was a lot slower, but now you can slide, now you can jump over things. And it's, do we want to call this modernizing your game? Like, I don't know if that's the proper term here. Like being with the times, being with
I mean,
what's
I wouldn't
hot.
say it's with the time. I would say it's matching what your audience wants.
So, like meeting demand.
Yeah, like just meeting the demand of your audience. Like your audience wants a faster paced game, give them a faster paced game. Like we're not talking Skyrim where people want to move super fast and like jump over things and blast people with magic. We're not talking that.
Yeah.
We're talking in that game you want a slower pace because you want to be able to run over and just slash people with a sword, or you want to be able to search for things.
Yeah.
But in Call of Duty, you're not searching for things. In like in Fortnite, I guess you are kind of searching for some things. I mean, I don't really get the game that much, but oh well. But really, your focus is where's my next target? I'm going to shoot them. I'm going to kill them. I'm going to win.
Yeah.
That is your whole goal in those games. So really, again, that invites a faster paced like style. Give them that. Like for instance, X Defiant. X Defiant has become very popular. It I think that one is doing really well in terms of being a competitor to Call of Duty. I don't think it'll ever surpass Call of Duty
Yeah, nothing's
by any
taking down
means.
Call of Duty unless they mess up big time, and I'm talking
Oh yeah.
big time.
Oh yeah, they have to do an apocalyptic thing to finally have someone be like, "Okay, I'm giving up."
Yeah.
But really, like X Defiant is doing really well. They slowed down some stuff because they realized that their audience was complaining a lot about bunny hopping,
Hmm. Okay.
because that was a big thing where everybody was just resorting to I'm going to jump around in order to get kills because it made it really hard to hit somebody. And
Okay.
so they slowed that down. Now the game is better for it. Not like like fast isn't always good though, slow isn't always good. So really it's pay attention to your audience.
Yes.
If your audience
Exactly.
says this isn't an issue to go up and down fast, don't make it an issue to go up and down fast.
And that's on the developers now to kind of find that balance. They're the ones that made this system. Now it's time to refine it, put it out there, and see what it does. But I do think now, more than ever, we're at that point where finding that balance can take us over the top or set us back so many years where games and like processing speed, and this is where it gets technical with all like what consoles, what PCs can do. It's like they can compute, they can do all that real fast. I mean, you talk about all the teraflops and whatever have you. It comes a point in time where it's like, all right, games don't need to move this fast. We can like take a step back a little bit, enjoy it, let it happen. And you made a good point. I think it's situational. In a battle royale, you're going to want fast movement because you're reacting to things. There are variables that you really can't control, like other players, like the circle shrinking or whatever, the area decreasing. But I think, like, I play Nuketown, which is that smaller map, hardcore to get all my headshots to grind gold camo. I torture myself weekly, and it's the worst possible thing. My friends even admit that. But playing on that map, I would prefer it to be slowed down. I want to like kind of process everything because it's a smaller map and because you're right on top of each other. Spawns can switch. You can spawn in next to an enemy. It's like I'd prefer a slower environment there. But again, it's all situational.
Yeah, no, I mean, like you said, it is situational. And as I keep saying, I just think that they need to listen to their audience for the most part. Just because, like, a lot of people harken it back to Warzone 1,
Yes.
and they want that. They want that movement.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're at that point where, like you said, if you do it too much, you're going way over the top. If you do it, if you continue on the path, then you're ruining things for your fans. And so I think, and honestly, I have looked at the speed. I think at this point for Black Ops 6, they are a little bit too slow when it comes to going up and down. Because when you compare it to Modern Warfare, there is a massive difference.
Yeah.
And I mean absolutely massive. And so really I think they could do with speeding it up just a little bit. Maybe not Modern Warfare levels, but at least like I don't know. I don't know what the technical term would be for it or whatever, but if it takes 5 seconds to crouch and stand back up, maybe lower that to 2.5 seconds.
And it's those seconds that make a difference. And I never like thought I would really think about this in depth. But whenever you're in a multiplayer game, variables like response time, input for your triggers, all that stuff, it matters in those very, very fine, minute situations. So I don't know. It's food for thought, and a game like that, like Black Ops 6, kind of tying it all together, things can be refined with patches and obviously bug fixes. It just came out like a month or two ago. We're going to get fixes. We're going to get more refinement. And who knows? Like, they might drop a thing that changes Omni movement forever. I don't know. I don't think they should, but obviously if someone exploits it and like they find the new snaking, hey, it's up for debate.
Remember when the biggest issue with Call of Duty was people drop shotting?
I was thinking that this whole video, and I was waiting for the point to drop that in, and I'm like, I remember in like
There's
Modern
no
Warfare,
place.
right? I'm just thinking back to like Modern Warfare 2, and I'm like, man, that was the only thing I needed to worry about was drop shotting. Now I got to worry about someone zigzagging up and down, left to right, flying across my screen. I'm like, I'm old.
Remember when it was so simple?
It was. We had the intervention.
Drop shot.
We had the intervention, and that was like the best. The no scope, 360 no scope. That's the only thing you needed to worry. Can't get caught in the kill cam with the 360 no scope because you might as well quit Call of Duty.
I mean, drop shotting was all the rage, and noob tubes. There you go.
Now it's the Semtex. People on Nuketown, hardcore. I can't spawn without someone chucking a Semtex across the map.
But have you, and this is for everybody, just if you ever want a nice way to relax in Call of Duty, just run around with an impact grenade. Just hold it in your hand and run at somebody and kill them.
I always say...
It is so much fun to play that way.
I always say, like, I'm playing Call of Duty, and I'm like, it brings out the worst in me. Like, I pride myself on being a calm gamer and whatever. But I boot up Black Ops 6, I get into hardcore Nuketown. It's bad. Like, the rage is there. It's the fire is relit inside of me. I feel like I'm in high school again, but I'm far removed. But
hell yeah.
But you know, that's a whole topic for another day. But do you have any more comments about the movement system, things they could fix? Other than that, we'll wrap it up here.
No, I think I'm good. I mean, other than just like, you know, keep doing what you're doing. I mean, Black Ops 6 is pretty good. I will admit. It is the best one that I have played in the last, like, 10 years or so, or whatever.
Wow. Since
Advanced Warfare is online, I would say I've liked this one the most. So
high praise.
Black Ops, whichever one came first. I don't... Like, because I loved the original Black Ops.
It was so good. It was so good. But that about does it here for this episode of The Cutting Board. I've been Kalo, as always, joined by Aiden. And if you want to keep talking about video games, if you want to talk more about anything in general, join our Discord. Links to that is always in the video description down below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing before we 360 no scope you. I think I can do that now. You know, I gotta fine-tune myself.
I've done it once. I have 2 great achievements in Call of Duty. One, I got 1 360 no scope just because I'm just terrible at doing that. I can't snipe worth shit. I got that, and at one point, just on Modern Warfare 2, I killed somebody by throwing a throwing knife up into the air.
Wow.
And it just came down and killed somebody.
1 in a million shot, but as per usual, I've been Kalo, joined by Aiden, and we'll see you guys next time. If you enjoyed today's video and want more content just like this, consider subscribing to Game Sandwich for all your news, rumors, and reviews. And we'll see you guys next time.